live.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Baby.
Sorry.
I love it.
Sunday Soak.
I love it.
Powered by the Goose Island, babies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I have a Goose Island right now.
Do that.
Little 312.
Let's hammer
Little
down
baseball
some
beer
312.
bullshit. Oh, man. Got a few things to talk about today. Sorry for no questions. You could be mad at me and my sock summer. We chose the outlay for today.
You did?
I'm going to start with the humble brag over to my guy, Beefloaf.
All right, the humble brag this week. I bet people thought it was going to be me conveniently sliding out of the way of that home run ball. Maybe we'll talk about that later. But it was actually my girl, Bonita Stakey, got honored a Young Authors Award for the Near South Planning Board. It was through school, and it was a story that she wrote about when we got our dog.
Nice.
And she told me it's just based on a true story, because when I read it, saw a few details in there that she used to sensationalize the story more than what actually happened.
That's how you got it right.
Which I respect.
She's like, my very athletic and attractive father went to the pound with us to adopt our dog.
That's right.
So I think I can join my sock summer in saying congratulations to Boniti and to Mrs. Beefloaf. We've read your stuff. You're not the inspiration.
I did not pass down any of those skills.
But cheers.
Cheers.
Boys.
I was going to piggyback on that and give a little humble brag to Mrs. My Sock Summer for raising $1,000 for the Autism Speaks walk that we did yesterday.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So she raised $1,000 on Facebook. She started out trying to do like 200, and it just kept going up and up and up, and then she capped it at 1,000. So
That's wonderful.
yeah, so I'll be wearing one of those shirts sometime when I can fit into it. So it'll be really nice.
Well, me and Quincy did nothing of note this weekend other than, many cocktails.
You say that,
You guys
but you
drank for 10
actually
hours.
did.
I mean, that's good enough, isn't it?
Your guys' picture when we did the Wave
Oh,
Sox
yes.
thing sold 6 shirts.
Raising awareness.
Yes.
Raising awareness
Yep.
of how much the wave sucks. I'll cheers to that.
Yeah, so available now from
So-
108.com. Wave Sox shirts are awesome.
Yeah, go get 4 of them.
5,
Just
6.
a reminder, we are powered by Goose Island.
Yes.
We'll be drinking nothing but Goose Island throughout this entire
So I'm
broadcast.
having a
like we
3-1.
always
You
do.
can't really see it because of this awesome
Yeah,
koozie.
this is
Yeah.
what it looks
which
like.
will be up for sale very soon. But yeah, so we're gonna sell these as well. So get one of those. But yeah, I got the 312 under here. I know there's what is under here?
I got the Next Coast IPA.
Fire.
Got the heater.
Man,
Fire.
I go heater on Sundays, man. I know I'm going to call it an early night. I'm going to go hard when I get out of the box.
that hit me bad Friday.
Yeah,
that
that
definitely
was-
put me out. But what saved me was the 312s at the end of the night, because I was like, I cannot handle any more Next Coast IPA.
Yeah.
So I could still walk.
I think I
the 3
saw you
miles I
switch
did.
to that, and I was like, yeah, I think I need to do that.
Good idea. Yeah. Thanks for that suggestion, Coach.
So there was some things we wanted to talk about this week, and I'll start off. So I was, I go around. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but the internet,
Yeah.
I've heard of
it
it.
has all kinds of stuff on, all kinds of articles about baseball. You can find it, especially.
Once or twice.
And there's like NBC Sports. They, NBC Sports Chicago. We're all
Yeah.
familiar with that. They pretty much have that in almost every baseball city, right? And so there's one in Philadelphia, and I happened to catch an article from them. And the gist of the article is that Manny Machado didn't run out a grounder to second base, so they're glad that they didn't get Manny
Oh,
Machado.
okay.
That's
very insightful.
And the guy fumbles around with the ball, right? He probably could have been safe if he ran it out full speed.
Maybe.
But the idea of, I'm glad we didn't get this guy because of this,
From one play.
is
One play.
so
One play.
insane. It's so stupid. And in fact, later in the article, they mentioned that McCutchen did a similar thing, but then he tried to run when the guy bobbled it. He was still out. But they prefer that because at least it looked like he cared a little
Try.
bit.
Yeah, he's trying.
What kind of insane idea is this? So I was so happy. That it was a Philadelphia writer and not a Chicago writer, right? I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? If you're gonna write a Homer article like that, I'm glad it's not coming from our side, right? It's
Totally
basically
agree.
you can't fire me because I quit of baseball, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like this, it was such a stupid argument. So I was like, I kind of laughed about it, and then like 30 minutes later, I start to see it pop up in my timeline, and people going, "Look, I'm glad we didn't get this guy. I'm glad we didn't
I don't
spend
want
30
to
minutes
break your
on this guy."
Let
And
it
it
happen.
is, oh my god, I was so annoyed by this. And guys, I wasn't mad. I was disappointed. Because what you're saying when you say this is, I would prefer to have Yolmer Sanchez in the infield because he hustles,
Right.
instead of having Manny Machado, who might not leg out the error at second base, but has already hit 9 home runs this season and has like a 350 OBP in a slow start.
Yep.
As opposed, and that's what you want. You want the try hard, bullshit, fake hustle guy instead of the superstar baseball player. And don't tell me some bullshit like, oh well, yeah, but Yolmer makes way less money. Who cares? You don't
matter.
get it.
Right,
Like you
exactly.
don't get the money. Like,
Right.
did you get free? Did the first $30 million worth of free tickets go out?
Yeah, we didn't get our not getting Manny rebate.
Yeah,
I didn't get it yet. I didn't
anything
get my
for
check.
this.
Did we buy 5 more players because we saved that money?
No,
absolutely
not. No.
So I think this is just an insane argument, and if you made it, that's fine. We'll get past it, but don't
But you're a
don't
fucking
keep
idiot.
saying it. Just stop saying it. It's terrible.
I mean, just to lay a little math on it, if you want to, if you're interested, go look up what the average fielding percentage is for a second baseman. Then think about how many of those plays that they didn't make were probably really difficult ones. This was right at the guy. So it's almost a 0% chance that you beat out a ground ball to
Right.
second. It's very rare that a regular ground ball to second would ever fucking get booted, and even when it does, you're probably getting thrown out, even if you hustle. This is like almost a 0% chance that someone got mad about.
There's a higher percentage chance that he would pull his hamstring running that ball out
Yes.
than there is that guy would drop it.
I'm
And
just-
drop it twice.
What I'm upset about is our friends, our Twitter people out there making Uncle Teresi upset. I don't like to see Uncle Teresi
Well,
all
you know
upset.
what,
I want to see you happy on
No,
Sunday.
this is
No,
bullshit.
we like
This
the fire.
bullshit. You asked,
We wanted
for
the
this,
fire.
and this is what you're gonna get now.
I like
You're
it.
gonna get me hate reading a bunch of tweets so that I could come here and have a little fire in the morning.
So
All
a
right?
little fire in the belly.
The hate and the story was not just limited to Twitter. I saw it on our good friends White Sox Premium's Facebook page, group page, and they were talking about the same thing. And when you said you wanted to talk Manny, I was very excited because I was like, I want to bring this up too. They were talking his numbers 2 months into the season and saying how he's not making the money. He can't make $30 million a year and only put up these numbers, is what was said. And I thought, and I talked with Mr. Hand about this too, that it's so short-sighted to think that the only way that Manny can pay back that $30 million to San Diego is on the field, because he's probably making half of that per year, ticket sales, merchandise,
Oh, for sure.
people coming into the games, they're excited again.
Right.
You know, like if we had a Manny, we'd have packed houses on the weekends, especially with good weather.
But
I mean, I just don't. And
it's-
he could be batting 170.
It's already
and still
flawed.
show up.
It's already flawed though, because what's a win worth according to like Fangraphs and things like that? $9 million.
Yeah, like $8 or $9 million. Free agent win is worth about that.
Right,
much, yeah.
and so he's at what, probably like almost a 2 WAR.
Yeah, he's on pace
Right.
for 5 wins.
Right, and which would be about $45 million. He's making $30 million.
Right.
So he's doing one and a half. He's like the Amish. He's doing 1.5 times what us normal people would do. So
I just thought it was funny, and it's just interesting to see these takes, and it was same thing. Oh, he's lazy, he's legging it out, or not legging it out. And it's, come on, we don't need this shit.
I mean, I saw White Sox and America's hero and our Lord and Savior James McCann fucking dog it and almost get thrown out at second on a double that he had the other day, and no one said shit other than me.
Right.
I tweeted, I was like, what's going? Actually, I take that back. I did see 1 or 2 other tweets. We're selectively looking at people like, oh yeah, they didn't hustle that time because I want them to not be our guy.
Let's look at our try-hard guys trying to get that extra little inch or extra base yesterday, getting doubled up at second and first.
Wasn't that McCann that got doubled up? At
No,
first?
it was Tilson and I think Yolmer.
Yolmer,
right?
yeah, Tilson and Yolmer. That's right.
Because Yolmer's such a smart player and such a hard player.
Terrible
that
base
why
runner.
wouldn't you want him instead of Machado? It makes sense. It makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
No, the next topic is the topic that I brought up,
Yeah.
and I was listening to. I'm a big Howard
You've
Stern
explained
fan.
it twice. I forgot to pay attention.
And
both
I will
times.
tell you, I'll tell you right now. So the color commentator guy from the San Diego Padres was on the Howard Stern wrap-up show last week, and one of the things that came up was, is it okay to bring a glove to a game, and is it okay to wear a jersey with a player's name on the back to a game? And what his rationale behind it was, the glove can serve a purpose, the jersey does not. So you can, as a grown adult, you cannot wear a jersey with a player's name on the back, but you can bring a glove.
That's real stupid.
And so, like, guys, I wanted to hear some thoughts.
I don't have real strong takes on fashion. I actually don't even really care when people wear Cubs shit to a Sox game.
Oh.
It's kind of asshole behavior, but I also think, like,
Christ.
they have...
Are you serious?
Yeah, they have, like...
Fuck those guys.
Well, here's what I think about it. I agree with you, but I don't
They're
really care.
assholes.
I don't care that
They're
much.
legit assholes.
Because you know why? I think some people just have like their 1 or 2 baseball clothes.
Who
things,
cares?
And so they wear their baseball clothes to the baseball game. I don't think
Yeah.
it's. I don't always think it's an affront to like fuck you. You know, I like the Cubs better.
It is, though.
It is a lot of times, but
It
it's
is.
not always. So I'm even lenient on that. I don't even give a fuck what the fuck people wear.
Remember that fat asshole sitting in like 110, and he was wearing a Bryant jersey, a World Series shirt, a Cubs hat, and like when the Sox made an out or whatever, he would get up and he would applaud and look around, and it's like, this fat ass motherfucker, and then like, who am I calling fat? But still, it's like,
Well, he's a jag
you're
off. That's
looking
fine. There
for
are jag
attention,
offs,
you're
you know?
looking for something, and you possibly can't afford to go to Wrigley to watch a game. When I went to opening day with my buddy, I did not wear any White Sox related clothes. I wore Section 108 stuff.
Of course.
And everyone thought, and I wore the Slay 108er, and everyone was like, oh yeah, Slayer! And I'm like, well, that's not it, but go ahead, yes. I'm going to go with that. Treasy, what do you think?
So I have a problem with his overall idea here. I think it's terribly flawed, right? Because saying that glove serves a purpose is really inaccurate. Because I know you're thinking, oh, if you're wearing a glove, you can catch the ball.
Yeah.
Catch the ball easier, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not true, because it means that you have to wear the glove the entire game.
Yes.
Because it's not like you have like 2 to 3
You're not
minutes to like just be like, oh, let me grab
You're not
my
going to pull
glove
a Jim
from
Abbott
from
and get that
underneath
thing out
the
of
sock.
almost immediately.
You're
And then
like,
I pop
we
it
had a
back
home
in.
run hit at us yesterday.
Yes.
And I mean, I felt like I had, I don't know, 3 seconds to react to
Yes.
it. Like, I couldn't have put on a glove and then made the catch. Like, it's just, that's why outfielders wear it the whole time.
Right.
So instead, you're sitting there like an insane person with a glove on for the entire game. Right? And like, it feels weird, right? So, but a jersey, on the other hand, like, I'll wear my Jose Canseco jersey. And if you don't think that serves a purpose, that has started 4 million conversations at the park. So yeah, it serves somewhat of a purpose. That's true. Especially if you have something that's kind of original or something that's like a little bit different, or maybe you're wearing, like, I had the Lecce jersey on. I remember we were
that's awesome.
We were playing. We were playing against, I think, the Royals, and there was a couple Royals fans sitting around us, and they were like, "What is this jersey about?" And I explained the nickname and stuff. So we had a conversation about one of the players on the team, a player that was on their team. So I don't know how they didn't know that. But so I was.
Well, no one really called him Lecce.
I think everyone's
No,
called
they
him Lecce
didn't.
for most of his career.
Hey, we're
They
not
call
allowed
them
to be
adult
authorities on nicknames. Okay, let's
We're
not allowed to talk about that stuff.
That was a good word. I like it. So my
But yeah, so like
go ahead.
I think
Go ahead.
that like it's a lot. It's really taking nothing out of your day to wear a jersey, right? Because you don't really pay attention to what you're wearing after after you put it on.
Right.
The glove is an annoyance. It's like you have to.
You're gonna
hang on to it.
forget
You have
it.
to wear it the whole time.
Yeah.
And you have to hope you don't leave it at the park.
Yeah, that's
I
the
think
biggest
it's
thing.
dumb.
So I used to wear a lot of jerseys. I don't wear a lot of jerseys anymore. Because we all have our own branded 108 merchandise.
That's right.
And one of my goals when we started this was that I never wanted to wear White Sox stuff to the park unless I had to or wanted to. I wanted to wear 108 gear. So go to fromthe108.com, go to the side link, go to the merch shop. You can buy all our gear. It's great.
That's right. Got some brand new shit out there.
Brand new stuff.
We got
But
this hat right here, which is fucking tremendous.
I do think that yesterday, the glove would have served a purpose. But that's one game out of how many hundreds of games that we've attended where there's been no balls over there other than Wally throwing his balls all over the place.
I will get into my thought process on all that shit in the next segment. The next
Wally's
thing we're gonna talk
balls?
about. Well, Wally's balls and balls in general. But I also think you're right. The glove does nothing as far as it's only in a it's like a break glass in case of type of thing.
Yeah.
And even then, you're almost never getting a ball at you. And even when you do, you might not have the reaction time to even catch that ball.
So yesterday, the ball's coming, and I see it way up. I go, this is going over our head, thank God.
Yeah.
And my daughter is right next to me. Classy Tom brought me a beer, a 24-ounce Pacifico. So I'm holding that in one hand, and I'm holding, like, May in the other, and I'm like, I hope this doesn't come back, because I can't stop this. Because I don't want to spill this beer. This is a lot of good beer.
You're going to have to use your ginormous skull and get it in the way of your daughter.
So, and then it hit off. I turned, and I watched it. It bounced off, and then went down, and I was like, motherfucker, If I didn't have this beer, I would have grabbed that ball
Off the rebound.
But the best part about it was nobody judged this guy. He got the ball. 13 seconds later, walks over to a girl in the next section over, gives her the ball.
That's a class move.
And
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
good
in my
move.
head too, I was like,
I like
if
that.
he turned around, he was going to try to give it to my daughter. I'd be like, go give it to somebody else. She's got plenty of fucking balls.
Right,
now.
exactly.
People give her balls all the time. Don't fucking give her another ball. She doesn't
Right.
need it.
She doesn't need
right?
this shit. Right.
So,
Exactly.
I like that move though because I think, especially
It's the
with
best
an
move.
opposing home run, people always yell stupid shit like
Yeah,
throw it
go
back or
back.
something. Just give it to a kid. That kid
Yeah.
probably absolutely loved it. So
Yeah.
I like what that guy did.
And it's just a good thing for her, like later down the road too, to be like, okay, I got a ball at probably one of the first games she's been to, and she's going to be a fan like for life. She'll be like, I remember that. That was fun.
that was cool. That was a
Yeah.
good game.
So speaking of kids,
Yeah.
and keeping them alive,
Yes.
the talk around as this week has been about putting netting around the ballpark. And I
Yes.
know you have some thoughts on this, so I want to let you go and talk about it.
Well, I've got some strong thoughts, and I've always had strong thoughts about this. In fact, the netting used to only, now every team has the netting sort of going up at least about to where the base ends or where the end of the dugouts go.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case back in the day.
Right.
I can remember, Teresa, you, me, Polish with extra onions, Dr. Feelgood, sitting just off the on deck circle,
Yeah.
and it was not netted, and we were
Right.
fucking terrified. We sat there for like 3 innings, like, if a foul ball comes here, we have zero chance to react. We will get killed by
Yes.
this thing.
Yeah.
Now, luckily, I think it was the Royals in town. It was like Tom Goodwin was up at the plate. It's like, he can't hit the ball hard, so we'll be okay. We'll live. But like, a lot, I see a lot of the arguments out there, and this shit is a complete no-brainer to me that they should extend the netting. In fact, I would be fine with extending the netting all the way around the goddamn stadium, even around the outfield. Even just put up, like, even if you don't put a full netting all the way up, like you need sort of closer to home plate, just putting a moderate netting up there. Because as much as fans try to think, oh, you just need to pay attention, you just need to get off your phone,
That's not
you
true.
could be fucking staring at that ball and have no chance.
Yep.
There's a reason why the folks on the field have the best hand-eye coordination in the world. I mean, like, you're talking baseball players, NASCAR drivers, like the pro athletes that have the best hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
Like, those guys, well, these guys are out there, they have fucking gloves on. You know, and they're prepared, they're focused, they're zoned in on this shit. You sitting there with a fucking hot dog in your hand, you ain't catching shit if it comes at
And
you.
even think about how many times you've watched an outfielder, especially our outfielder,
Yes.
get underneath a ball and then like have to run in a
Mm-hmm.
direction, like just straight in that direction to go get the ball because it's moving in a way that they didn't expect.
Right.
Right. That is going to happen.
Or they just misjudged it.
It's
Like,
going to happen to the
avoided,
ball that's
like,
hit
every
even
other
harder
time.
that's coming at you.
Yes.
Right? I mean, like, you're not going to be able to.
You're not used to catching it. Look, you don't catch a baseball hit at you every single day. These guys do. I thought about this yesterday, so I got a lot of grief on Twitter. The home run that the My Sox Summer is talking about, I had left my normal seat, and I went about 10 rows up to talk to the mayor and Sleepy Harold and Uncle Ricky, and we're just bullshitting around.
Uncle Ricky.
He's
Cheers,
a
Uncle
character.
Ricky.
He's a fucking character. Yeah, I'll tell you guys what he was telling me later. But that's not for on camera. But so I hear the ball hit, and I see it up in the air. I think it was Leonis Martin. And it looks like it's going to be a home run just inside the foul pole. And it's sort of coming towards me. And so my couple thought processes were, one, I have a beer in my hand, and I'm not a ball player, so I'm not going to catch this. And two, I flashed back really quickly. You remember that game last year? It was in the series the White Sox swept the Brewers here, and I think it was on a Sunday. And Palka smashed a big home run to right field, and some older gentleman like reached up to get him and fucking clobbered him in the face,
And
right?
his nose exploded.
Yes,
yeah.
and there was blood everywhere,
Yeah.
and they had to get security out.
I'm not laughing because I like people getting hurt.
No, but I mean, like,
it's comical.
I thought about that
Yeah.
when the ball's coming up here. I'm like, if I even misjudge this by a little bit, I'm going to get very injured by this. And what's the glory of it? Oh, I make a one-handed catch? Yeah, you will remember that for 3 seconds. Like, who cares? I am not touching this fucking ball. I'm getting the fuck out of the way.
I think that's a little short-sighted, though. Now, if your nose got smashed, you could go get in and fix that shit and have like a nice little Tom Cruise nose or some shit.
I don't want a nice little Tom
Oh,
Cruise
come
nose.
on! You can do that.
Oh, my big
Well,
fucking
you
honker
can
I
get
got, man. I made a name with this honker, all right?
You need a beak like this to hold up glasses like this.
I couldn't live with a small nose.
Oh, I
Fuck
think
that
you
shit.
could.
No,
man.
no
You
way.
can fix all your bronchial problems.
So one of the other arguments I hear about this is like if you put the netting foul pole to foul pole,
Yeah.
like you're gonna cut off the fan experience before the game, talking to the players and getting
Yeah.
autographs and
Yes.
things like that.
Yep.
And I thought about it for a good, I don't know, 30 seconds. And I thought, Major League Baseball teams have figured out ways to have the fucking top of their stadiums open and close. I'm sure they could figure out a way that they lower these before the game and then raise them up when they're about to play.
Tracy, I thought the same thing. I thought it's obvious that technology exists. Like, lift up a net. The fucking NFL, before a kick, lifts up that net behind the thing so no one gets hit with the ball. What a shot. How hard is that?
Plays. They ripped that stuff up. I saw Alice in Chains at Lollapalooza. I mean, they were behind it. All of a sudden, they start playing, and the thing just disappeared. I don't know. I can see them.
It's amazing.
I'm going to say
technology.
That technology might be the oldest technology in entertainment.
Yeah.
Because the first, like the curtains rising, it was done way before any of us were alive.
Yes.
I don't care how old you are listening to this. So, like, yeah, I just don't think that that's an argument at all.
I think what we should do, or what they could do, is that I'm definitely in favor for netting going around the ballpark. But I also think that people should pay attention too. But I also think you cannot improve your reaction time by trying really hard to improve your reaction time.
No.
You can't practice reactionary time. No matter how much Nintendo or PlayStation or whatever you play, your reaction time is still probably going to suck as you get older.
If you want to improve your reaction time,
chase chickens. Good job.
if you want to improve your reaction time for a ball coming at you like that, you have to go full Happy Gilmore, get into the fast pitch, the fast pitch batting cage, and just try and catch the ball coming at your face every time.
Yeah. But
Good luck with that.
We could get Matty Ice and we could get Drew on both sides. And instead of running out with the flag and doing the flag thing when they started the game, they could just grab that net and run it all the way down.
Run that fucking net all the way around. Yeah,
I think they would do a great job. And it would just, it would be really good.
I don't think it, like everyone's so traditionalist, but it's an idiotic thought process to not want the net, right? Everyone's so, well, you're not going to get a ball, you're not going to get this. In the NFL, you don't get a fucking ball. The basketball doesn't go into the fucking stands in an NBA game and you get to keep it.
Unless you're really fast. Unless you get that thing and sprint the fuck out of the
stadium. And
stadium.
they've been trying their best to not have hockey pucks go into the stands and fucking kill people. Like, all the other sports get it. Why can't baseball get it? Why do people have to be so dumb and like this is super fucking obvious? Like,
I will say that basketball does not get this totally right because they love to put people in fucking folding chairs right on the side of the court to get pummeled by fucking guys assigned defensive linemen. Like so I don't think that basketball's the best at it. They don't get to keep the ball. I will agree with you on that. But yeah, I mean, like there's obviously there's easy improvements there. And I can't believe baseball doesn't want to do it because you know what you have when you have a net like all the way around the field? Tons of room for ads. You can put ads up all over.
Yes.
The fucking stadium would look like a NASCAR. You'd be making money hand over fist. I can't believe they haven't thought of this.
Hang on, I just thought of something. I think there was one time when a basketball went in the stands. I think Chuck Person punted a fucking basketball at Boston Garden.
Yeah, went up in the upper deck.
Yeah.
That guy probably got to keep that.
That guy, I imagine, kept that. But other than that,
but actually,
it
was Boston and the Pacers
at
that time. Yeah. I feel like that Boston fan probably chucked that ball right back down at him.
That's probably true.
I got a quick little story, and this story is sponsored by Fuck You, Sal.
Yes.
Have a good one.
Yes.
When I went to you and Steve, Northwest Indiana Steve, were talking about aluminum bats. And if you definitely want to throw aluminum bats in there, we definitely need netting all the way to the foul poles. I was at Cal State Fullerton, and I was watching a playing game for their Final Four for baseball, right?
Yep.
And there was a big ass fucking garbage can that was like basically up the first base side. There was no.
My socks are almost Dikembe Mutombo.
I should have
even tried
it. I'm like kind of trying to focus on my story and use my words well. So they have this big ass garbage can on the first base side, and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking, and there is dents from the ball from like foul ball because there is no netting. There was no netting there, and I'm like, this ball is coming so fast off these bats. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die if this thing comes fucking at me.
Right.
And I wasn't driving, so I was drinking a lot, and I was like, I'm totally fucked. If a ball comes at me off this aluminum bat, if it's denting steel, it's definitely going through my head, right? And then I'm gonna die, and I probably signed away my life when I bought the ticket. So they're like, no, you can't sue us if you die. So like, I'm fucked. And I probably didn't have life insurance. I did not have life insurance then. So, Nobody ever would
You
have.
had like $7 to your name back then.
I always
Your Cali life.
I always followed the Kanye West advice was keep as much money in your savings account as the amount of miles that you live from your home. So I always had like about 2,400 in savings. So like I knew I could get home if I needed to because I needed, you had that money. That was always his big thing. It's like as long as you can cover the mileage back to your hometown, you good.
I think a lot of people are.
Is that why I always kept mine at 0?
Yes. Well, he never left.
Yeah,
I think people are actually under the impression that if they bring a glove to a game, that's going to make some sort of difference to them.
Yeah.
If your preference is to bring a glove to a game and
Do it.
go for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it. But it's really probably not going to protect you at all.
No.
Like, we barely had enough time to move from that fucking home run, and we're 360 feet from home plate.
Yeah.
Like, if you're
home
any
big-
closer than that, you got no chance.
If anything, having a glove up in your face like this, trying to catch a ball coming right at you, is just going to mess up your vision. And it's going to come right past that glove and hit you in the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one minor miss, and you're all fucked up. Like, people
Yeah.
don't even realize.
So that's our topics, right?
That's it.
That is,
According
I
to
did
everything.
Let's
wanna-
shout out Sox on 35th for that tailgate that we threw down
Absolutely.
on Thursday.
Want to talk a little bit about that on the podcast.
We'll
We'll
do that.
talk about who we met.
I
and
want to
talked
give a nice little shout out to Joe Binder's father,
Oh,
who
yeah.
has the best dad bod, I think, of all the fathers that I've met out of these young kids. Goals, #goals on this guy. His arms were like pythons. And he was just in very good shape.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like
I know Dylan Covey's burner is now going to say I talk too much about other men.
Yeah.
But that's totally not
He
true.
enjoys it though, so
Yeah.
he can't really say.
I
that
feel
he
like
loves
the
that shit.
dads of the Sox on 35th Street guys are younger than us.
They're- yeah.
They've lived
Yeah,
better
they are.
lives than us, or healthier lives than
Was
us.
it Aloha Mr. Hand that went up to Johnny Nani and said, "Hey, do you have to buy beer for all these kids?"
I did like that tweet too that somebody said. Who I don't know which one of you two responded to him, but they were like, "Oh, look at the 108 guys looking like chaperones," and then one of the guys was like, "Somebody's got to buy beer for all these kids."
Yeah, that was me.
So that was fun. That was a good time. Thanks for
that
bringing
was-
this out.
That was awesome.
We always come to your tailgate.
Yeah,
We
people-
always bring delicious Goose Island.
Yeah, if
beer
people
to
want
the
to let us
tailgate.
know you got a tailgate going, you're doing some shit. We generally, if we're going to that game, we're happy to show up
Hell yes.
45 minutes early and drink some brews with you. So.
And if you
we
have,
saw
like,
we saw
in case
Sockside
meats,
Pride
too.
yesterday too. He
Yes.
said he'll be inviting us out. Too.
He said
Couple,
the
2-3.
week of 4th of July.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
going to be out there. So I just told him I'm just going to come by and eat dinner every day.
His
And
brother
it's-
was there too.
Yeah.
I was like, said the Sockside Pride. I go, "What's up, brother?" And I go, "What's up, brother?" With the brother. It was good. It was a good time. It was.
I mean, we had a lot of people in the section this weekend. Hopefully
Yeah.
more today.
There's no question.
I'm
Yeah.
blanking on the Twitter name, man, and I apologize.
The
but
guy who you told the story to?
the KC guy.
Huckleberry.
Huckleberry,
Yeah.
That dude was
good
awesome.
dude. Yeah, he's
He
really
was,
good
I had a
dude.
nice long talk with him. He came by. He was smart enough to ask for the junior year story.
And he got it.
He enjoyed it.
I didn't. I think I still haven't heard it, so I need to hear it.
All right, well, maybe I'll tell
We'll
it
talk,
today.
but
I'll tell it today.
We had Tom Paints come by too.
Oh, yeah.
Give us some prints. And then when we left and we went to Cork after the game, he was there too. And he and his buddy hung out with us for like 6 hours after the game.
And Tom Pace, my daughter, loves the Tim Anderson prints that we got. He gave
Yep.
us some, which we
Yep.
were gonna put into packages of the people
Yeah.
that just ordered these shirts.
Yep.
We were gonna give you some limited edition Tom Paints prints.
Yeah, these things are
She
fucking cool, man.
loves
They are
anything
awesome.
Tim Anderson.
She loves
She
it.
loves Tim Anderson.
So, other
we
than
gotta
Tim
have-
Anderson, we'll give the rest of those away.
Yeah.
But
Oh no, he gave us multiples.
I know.
Multiples.
Just-
Everybody will get one.
just when she's there.
Yeah. So
So yeah. So
fucking hit you in the face.
that's how we'll end this one.
No, I mean, I do have other things, but we got a podcast. This
We got a
week.
podcast
We got to
this
save
week,
some stuff, right?
Shoot from the hip if you want to do one thing. Go ahead.
Throw it out there. Throw it.
Give
Give
it
it
to- now I already forgot it.
Oh, man.
I know.
Content
Your pink
factor.
hat. Your beautiful pink hat.
I
Where'd you
know.
get that shit
So
from?
no, so this is back in the day. My dad used to run volleyball tournaments back in Dixon, Illinois.
Okay.
They had Petunia Festival. The Petunia is the city flower.
Okay.
They plant them all over the city. So my dad would run a volleyball tournament, and one year he's like, "I'm gonna rip off the above the rim logo and put Petunia Festival volleyball on it."
I like
Yes.
this.
This was rescued from my dad's basement before they moved. I'm like, I gotta wear this hat because it's fucking dope as fuck. And also, back in the day, this is how they actually made fucking trucker caps. Like, that's big enough to encase a big head. This is not on like one or two in the back. This is like halfway up because that's how they used to do it. Like,
I
I,
think
don't
that
think
the
I'm
average-
the one that got too fat.
I think you're
It's
right.
just
I think
hat's
the
got
average
smaller.
trucker head is bigger than a normal person's head.
Yeah.
So when they're making trucker hats, they're bigger. then they became stylish.
Yes.
And so they got to fit the hipster head that's like this wide.
Yep.
So now they don't fit your big ass
they don't
fucking
fit my
no
head,
more.
man.
No, they don't.
Because I am totally not
It's
hip.
not cool, you know?
I mean, I have a lot of hip, but I'm not hip.
Yeah, that's correct.
So, yeah. So, hey, we got the podcast this week.
Wednesday, we're going to record again. We
So
got
we'll
some
have
stuff.
more.
We'll talk a lot of White Sox. We'll talk about the 5-game winning streak. We'll talk more about that tailgate we were at. We got some shit. A little bit of a new format for the podcast starting this week. We think you'll like it, especially
A couple new sections.
especially the backside. I know a lot of you like the backside. This is where there's going to be some changes. I
Booty
think you'll
time.
enjoy it.
Booty time.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Boys,
All right.
cheers.